right, kicking off a session here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tables going, but it's really only 6 right now because these 2 are empty. Hoping that they fill. But lots of action here for you. There should be anyway. Complete ace-9. Hold blocker this turn and protect against clubs. He'll have some better aces sometimes too. Now I'm just going to check give up. And we do win. Curious what he called with. He had pocket 6s with no club. Okay. We will run this for half an hour. We'll go till 5 p.m. And hopefully it's an exciting one. Hopefully it's a run good one. We've been running real bad lately. We went to a pretty big live game last night and lost a lot of money in a really short period of time. Probably the most amount of money I've ever lost in the shortest time frame. Like I've lost the same amount of money like over the course of, let's say, a day or two, but this happened in like 3 hours. So actually not even 3 hours. Probably happened in like 2 hours. But yeah, it was multiple, like top 2 pair. We get it all in on the flop versus an open ender for $1,500. It was a 3K pot, and just binks right away on the turn. And then another one. Basically, I flopped a set. I bet. Sorry, 3-bet pre-flop, flopped a set, bet flop. Overbet the turn and then shoved river, but he called my overbet on the turn with just a naked baby flush draw and backdoored into the flush. So when I shoved all in, he just snap called. So we lost another. It was about 1,800 there in that pot. That was a massive pot too. And what was the other end? Oh, and then the other one was I had king 10 suited, and then the board came queen jack, the same suit as I had. So I had an open-ended straight flush draw. We then checked, and somebody bet, I think it was like 150, and then there were like 2 other callers of 150. So there's a lot of dead money out there, and I made it 550, I believe, and I think I had about 1,200 behind, and then the initial better just shoved. So we call, obviously, we have 50% equity against any random hand, and he had 2 pair, and we just bricked out. So we literally lost all those hands. And yeah, we lost. I think it was something in the range of $4,000 in about 2 hours, which was not fun. Not fun at all. But those nights are gonna happen. You know, we've had nights where we make $5,000 to $7,000, and the game feels super easy. So when the nights like last night happened, it's sometimes very hard to cope with. But when you zoom out and you look at the grand scheme of things, it's actually fairly normal to have happen, especially in this game. Just gonna be giving up here now at the ace king. Same hand. I don't know about that float. I'm not sure about it. All right, 9 tables going. Trying to talk to you at the same time, so forgive me if I have a lapse in speech. I'm gonna call here versus under the gun. I think he's gonna have a strong range of hands, and if we can hit a set, then we may be able to get a little bit of money. I'm just gonna fold now. I'm going to size up here versus Drew Cloutney. He does make some moves sometimes that are very good. Like he'll raise flops with just like that. He'll raise flops with, oh man, is that 8s? Pocket 8s? I mean, it could be like 6, 7 here. It could be like 6, 7, spades. He's very good with that. And then like he'll balance it with pocket 8s and pocket 5s. I'm just gonna fold. Ace queen I might have to call, but king queen we will let him have it, showing a lot of strength. And we don't have a spade blocker either, which means it's less likely that he had a flush draw. So down here versus Wirem, I'm gonna overbet this flop. He's gonna have a set here some of the time, but then he'll have like 2 9s and 2 10s to hit as well. Um, so yep, maximize. Um, sorry about that. Ace King. We're gonna be getting this in here. 4-bet, get it in. Looks like this guy just meant to raise. Didn't realize somebody else raised before him. And I'm just bet calling off here with Ace King high. It's not a good turn card at all, and he doesn't shove, which is weird. Makes me think that he's just completely nutted at this point. Try to hit an ace or a king. No. And we're folding now. Shame. Too bad. Gonna bet here with the ace king. Charge some hearts. Obviously, it's hard not to get called by just a 10. That's possible too, but I think now we're losing to... Oh, we're still good. Not sure what he called with there. Card rat. No hands. No hands. Yeah, what else? I mean, today, I don't know, there's a bombing at the Rainbow Bridge. I don't know if you guys heard of that. Pretty crazy stuff happening for all our Niagara grinders. That's right beside you, Casino Niagara over there. Literally right beside you on the Rainbow Bridge. Pretty scary stuff. And I don't know, do we have a Leaf game tonight? Let's see. I feel like there's been a Leaf game in like 5 nights straight. There is no Leaf game tonight again. Tomorrow there's a Leaf game. Folding that, checking there, raising here. Green tea, free green tea is an incredible nit. I'm not gonna be giving him any action if he raises. I'm just gonna fold my 9s if he raises. He's gonna have us in a world of hurt quite a bit with a 4-bet range just like that. It makes me want to call. Like, I know I said we're not giving him any action, but it makes me want to call because like I anticipated this 4-bet and it's a button. I actually don't want to call. I want a 4-bet. I want a 5-bet shove. Because I don't want to play this out of position with 9s. And I think he's gonna have like ace queen and ace king here quite a bit. So we're gonna rip it and hope for good luck. Hope for some good luck here. Snap calls with kings. Should have just went with our initial gut. So we'll donate 200 there to him quickly unless we can hit a 7. No, he hits a king before. Call here with queen jack suited. Must be nice to get kings on the button versus 9s in the small blind. Just have the opponent completely deviate off his original plan of not giving him any action. Oh boy. Talk myself into that one, eh? Just calling here, try to hit a heart. Thank you very much. I think we get this back now, unless he's got his 10 of hearts. That would be gross. He should be jamming here almost always to protect against the 4th heart rolling off. He bets small. That makes me think he's got ace 10 of hearts. And that would be really, really gross. Do we raise here? Could be aces with the ace of hearts. I think we just call. That's not folding anyway. That's a gross, 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 gross river because now we lose to the ace of hearts and we lose to pocket kings. And he's never bluffing this turn without bluffing the river, so we're stuck calling. And he just checks. And I'm going to check as well. Yeah, I mean, we might have been able to get all of it there on the turn. Such a shame. Not playing great so far. Just a couple of hands in weird spots. I mean, if that river card is anything else, then we get paid. Yeah, what a sick river. Just killed our action. But we get half our buy-in back, and now hopefully green tea here raises. Because we know he's a Ned, and we have aces this time. Sorry about my son in the background. Queen me. Queen. Diamond, 9 we can hit. All right. Drew Cloutney. He's a just a snap folder, I guess, when we have aces every time, but he'll 4-bet us when we don't. We'll make a flush on the river down here, but it's not a good flush, and there's a full house on board and everything. So I'm just gonna check back, try to win. And he did have a full house, so dodge the bullet there. Okay, have it. 8, 9. Yeah, I'd avoid anybody with the word T in their name. You got T in your name, you're not breaking any rules. I feel like. There you go, some stereotyping. You got the word T in your name, you've never broken a rule in your life. No. The word T, T-E-A, babe. Tea. You drink tea, you're doing healthy shit. You're following the rules. You're not bluffing, right? Probably not bluffing. So we donate the green tea. Try to make it back. Hopefully these tables open soon. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Got some mega action happening here for you guys. Only 15 minutes left though. Come on, give us some hands. Give us some handies. Couple handies for the kids. Nothing happening here. Check back this. Have it. Next hand. Vamos. Wow, what a dead run of cards on all tables. It's wild. We got these guys over here clocking down all the way to 4 seconds. Hurry up. All right. We'll open 5-5, Queen 6, single suited. Because we're getting bored. Fold, fold, fold. Yeah, I mean, that hand where we shoved 9s pre-flop, obviously I wasn't crazy about it. But we managed to... Like, if you just think about what he's 4-betting with, he's got more combos, or just as many combos of hands that are 4-betting that we're just flipping with, versus hands that have us crushed. Right? Like Ace King's 4-betting there, 16 combos of that. Ace Queen's 4-betting there, another 16 combos of that. He may even be 4-betting King Queen. So, I mean, if we plug that in, I can't open it now, to Poker Stove, for example, and we look at what our equity is versus those hand ranges, and then obviously he's going to have like 10s, jacks, queens, and kings, and aces. But there's not as many combos of those. So, I mean, it's close. It's very close. I'd be more inclined to rip there versus a guy who's not such a nit. Like, I should have just went with my initial gut instinct, but we didn't. And maybe at the end of the session, we'll plug all those hands in the Poker Stove for you guys, and we'll show you how that works. We just have to get off Pokerstars first because they're able to track third-party software, and they don't allow like real-time programs to be running, which is good. They protect the players. Wish I could say the same for GG Poker. because they do not protect their players. Definitely some weird stuff happening on GG Poker. I mean, I would say there's a heavy amount of collusion or bots on that site. If you haven't played there, I would try to just avoid it entirely. The customer service is not very good at all either. I mean, I would call here if I didn't block my own full house outs. So I'm gonna fold. Can't hit a king for a full house. Have to be a 7 or whatever the other card was there, which is significantly less likely. And he just pots out the straight and the flush card come in on the turn. So, and these guys don't want to play. So sad. Start with a check. If he checks it around, I'll probably lead out on this turn. We have a blocker to the queen. Nobody bet the king. Nobody bet the 3. And we have a diamond draw to bail us out if we need it. But I think we just win pretty much always here with a bet. I mean, this guy can get sticky, card rat. So I'm going to size up here versus green. And the turn's meh. It's meh. It's not a turn I'll be betting. We're kind of protected here with the 10. We can hit an 8. We can hit a queen for a straight for ourselves. But he's going to have turn to straight some of the time here and a lot of 2 pairs that beat us. So I'm just going to check back. The jacks may be one of the worst cards in the deck, because whatever's calling us on flop consists of a lot of jacks, like jack 8, stuff like that, queen jack. So I'm just going to check back here now. All right, we take that down. He wasn't calling a bet there anyway. And I'm folding here Drew Cloutney, my 10s. 4-5 even gets there. If he was calling with that, probably not, but I would just say it's some type of an ace he was calling and then betting river with. King 10, Jack 5, single suited. We flop top pair with a backdoor flush draw. Somewhat of blockers to the middle straight, like 9-10. So I am going to put in a raise here, just because there's not a lot of hands that we block jacks and we block some of the 9-10s. So unless he's got 8 deuce, pocket 8s, or pocket deuces, then we probably just win right here with a raise. And if we don't win right here, we can still hit a queen or a heart. That'll give us a significant amount of outs. And he does call. We don't hit a queen or a heart. But the 8 now makes it less likely he's got an 8. And I have a jack. And I think we just have to bet one more here and then give up if he calls. If that wasn't an 8, I would just give up. I mean, the fact that the other 8 comes makes me think that he's completely got nothing. And that does get through. Yeah, I don't know if this is a raise, but I'm just trying to isolate the limper. Like, I don't like limpers. And then we flop a boat. So we only lose a jack 7, and then, like, whatever turn or river card they hit if they have a hand like ace jack or king jack or queen jack. We'll just start by potting it. Try to target a jack. First step is to target a jack, but we'll take a 7 on the turn if you don't mind. If you don't mind. We're going to size up here versus Drew Cloutney. We have 2 overs, a backdoor flush, backdoor straight draw. And we just want to win, which we do. Ace queen, flop top pair versus this player who is weak. We'll start with a small bet and then we'll size up on turn. We want like a pair of 7s to call. We want like pocket 8s to call. We want queens to raise or continue. That's a horrible card, but I am going to still blocker value bet this to protect against flush draws and straight draws like 5-6 and stuff like that. And I think a queen will still call 1, I think, for this sizing. We win that one. And running okay over here, we have king 4. We shouldn't speak too soon because we lose to ace 4 if he's got that. Starts with just a call though, and now hands like ace 3 get there. And 6-3. We block 6-3. I am going to bet small, and then I can call at least one raise if he raises, and we can try to boat up on river, but at least we get to charge over pairs with the 4. That ends up getting through. King 10 of diamonds versus this short stack. Fish is a trigger word. We're gonna try not to use the word fish. We don't wanna hurt anyone's feelings. I mean, we do want to hurt people's feelings only at the poker table, because then when you hurt their feelings at the poker table, they tend to make mistakes against you, right? But it's all in good sport, right? I don't really want you to hate yourself. Here we block a jack. We have a flush draw. So I'm going to take the betting lead here and just put pressure on like higher flush draws that I might be slightly ahead of. And maybe I can get like weaker king hand type hands to fold for one street. Plus we have a little bit of equity with the flush draw. Jack high, not bad. We're going to raise that too. I think we're about even on this session after we donated 200 to Mr. T-Boy. We flop a straight here. I'm going to go for a check raise with the hearts out there. I may even check call one, see what the turn brings with this many people in. Because I don't feel like spinning out for my entire stack here if just one heart comes. So, I mean, versus this half stack, I'll just put it in. Like, I really don't care versus the half stack. We have the nuts. We just have to dodge a heart probably. It just has to come spade, diamond, and high cards. He calls. Now we're not worried about full houses. So I think we're just having to fade a heart now. Squeezing up here. We're 92%. And he didn't even have a heart, but we take that down. We squeeze him, we get called, and I'm just gonna bet really small here to try to get one more bet out of him. He's got 30 bigs. Excuse me. And then hopefully he shoves like with weaker aces. But knowing these guys and this website, he probably has 2 5s. Maybe even 2 4s. He's thinking about it. He's like, do I take... no, see you later. These tables just will not go. All right. Leave that. And I guess we'll leave this. Everyone's just sitting out. Okay, call here with the ace high spades. Tempted to call here, but I'm going to fold. I'm going to be disciplined. Because he can just reship on us, and then we're screwed. We're stuck calling after we call 30 bigs. Could also reship ourselves. That's an option. Actually, I think I like that option better. Which one's this table here? All right, we got another hold'em happening. So we'll close this. Thank you. And then, I don't know, we have the best queen, but just let that go too. We're losing the all 2 pairs. We're losing the sets. Like TMC there. Whatever his name is, TMC Stacks. He's a good player, so I don't think he's putting his money in too bad. I'm going to need a better hand to call with than ace queen. No, we're not waiting for a big blind. We value our time more than our money. So we're going to pay our big blind, and then we're going to play quicker, right? Maybe I get a hand. You know, maybe I get a hand. That makes me money here. 2-3 ain't it, but maybe next time, you know? 6-4 spades will complete out of the big blinds versus these 2 absolute nits here. Like, they don't deserve a minute of my action. They always have the nuts. Like, I'm shocked to see who's going to win here between these 2, because it's just the nut versus the nut, probably, with these 2 guys over here. The nut versus the nut. Someone's got queen 10, someone's probably got 10-7. Somehow. Or a set. You went for a check here. What? You're not check folding, are you? You are check folding. Mr. Drew Cloutney. I appreciate your picture, though. Good friend. Andrew Tate. True hero. Bringing manhood back 1 cent at a time. Mostly I like it because you're probably pissing off all of the leftists. That I can get on board with. Because they ain't worried about pissing us off, I'll tell you that much. Okay, we flop or we turn a flush. I'm gonna check here. I think he's gonna have a flush some of the time too. Like we're both gonna have baby flushes, so I'd rather induce a bluff. And just check call again here. He's probably checking back river though. Yep. Could blocker bet there too, but if he's got like just the naked nut club, he could turn it into a bluff, and then my world's in a world of hurt. King's up here versus all the limping people. Top shooter jams is it ace versus kings? I don't know. Mike Junction thinking about an isolation raise. And he does. And kings are just good enough to get it in pre here. Like, and I know he's going to be doing this with queens and jacks too. And then he'll have like ace king some of the time. And then he'll, yeah, sometimes have aces, but hopefully not. And we just rip now. He got lucky against us the other day, actually. We got kings in versus his queens, and he hit a queen. So we get that through. I mean, we don't get it through. We had the best hand, but we do win. We flop a straight here with the clubs to go with it, and the queen. The queens, I don't know what the queens, if they make a difference at all whatsoever, but I think we can just start betting here now. We lose to 9-10, but even if they have 9-10, we do block it. So it's less likely, but we also have the club draw to bail us out if they do have 9-10. And a call here would imply a bigger club draw. Possibly the same hand as me, or a 4-5 type hand. That's what a call means here. The ace is a good card. I think I'm just going to try and get it in now. Especially because it's not the ace of clubs. We're going to charge his club draws. We're going to maybe get 9-5 and 4-5 to... Well, 9-5 might fold, which is good for us, and then 4-5 might come in. If he has clubs to go with it. And ace-high clubs will probably call here now with the pair to go with it. So he's going to have like 2 pair here with a nut flush draw some of the time. And let's see, we have if he has 9-10. He does have 9-10 with clubs too. Wow, so sick. Nice hand. I guess that makes sense for him to just flat there because he's got clubs for protection as well. We had the higher ones, but he gets the best of us there. Oh no, I'm sitting out over here. How long has that been going on for? So yeah, we were up, and then that hand happened. And I think now we're back to even. That's the thing. There's long stretches of break even at these stakes. I mean, online in general, not really at these stakes. I'm going to put in a raise here with the nut blocker draw and the redraw to the nut. And he folds. King queen, I'm going to one and done it here versus Drew Cloutney. Even though he's a call station, I should probably tailor my semi-bluffs or continuation bets to actually have a hand. Because he does tend to float quite a bit. So I may start just not even continuation betting, but that one does get through. Queen, nope. I'll take a red queen on the river right here. Now I'm just getting out of here. We'll go 5 more minutes and then we'll wrap this video up. Nothing too crazy. Or maybe we'll go to the end of our 73 hands. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Folding 5s here versus these 2 complete nets. Fold, fold, fold. Fold. Folding the any bet there. C-betting 1 here. I can hit a king or a 10. I can rep an ace if it comes. So king 10 ace I'll be betting. Flop a 5 down here, bottom pair. I'm just going to check back and try to get the showdown. Jack makes it less likely he's got one, so we will be calling 1 here if he bets. He's going to have 9-10. He's going to have hearts. He's going to have diamonds. He's going to have some other types of hands that we're ahead of. Check back again. And now we lose pretty much everything. That consisted of an ace that was calling our open, which is going to be like a lot of ace X suiteds. So it could be like ace X of spades here, I think, that we would lose to. And king 10, we beat. I'm raising this. Double suited, ace queen, 8-6. And I'm out of position, so if I'm going to play this hand, I either have to fold or I'd rather take the betting lead. And TMC might even 4-bet shove this or something along the lines, and then I may have to just fold. Which is such a shame if he does. He folds. And it looks like it might get through, but Card Rat is very sticky. He may just call. I'm going to shovel this now. He's king up here. Spin the wheel, baby. And he does call. He definitely nailed that 9. I'm checking now. All right, we're ahead up here. Folding now. We have no piece of that board. We win this one up here, though. I mean, whatever he's like just calling an initial raise with, and then like that's his board. You know, I have no club blockers. He's probably got like 6, 7, 8, 9 or something, or 9, 7, 5 or some shit like that, right? Oh, come on. Timed out. I wish Stars would make the timer a little bit longer, just a little bit. Shit player, shit player, shit player. And by shit player, I mean good players. Like, I don't want to be playing against them, right? So, it's shit for me, is what I mean. Like, I should just get off that table. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to keep as many open as possible so we can see some hands. Goal is to entertain. Maybe you learn a few things, maybe you don't. Odds are you'll probably learn what not to do. Ace Jack off. Raise it. Raisin brand. Call it. Ace 4 suited. Under the gun. Versus under the gun open. Not a good flop. 2 clubs would have been better. Fold. 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 Ace Jack. Yeah, like anything they limp with could have hit that board, and we're gonna charge all that. Clubs, 7-5, 9-7. They're gonna have all that. Heads up here, Queen Jack's a raise. I'm folding 9s here to the 4-bet. We're gonna be somewhat disciplined. And the question here is now, do I go into check call mode or do I just continue betting? Because this is kind of a scary card. Like 9-10 gets there and stuff. I'm gonna check. See what he does. He should be wanting to check back quite a few hands here, and he does. And that's the worst card in the deck. The flush gets there, the straight gets there, and like every two pair under the sun gets there. So now we can just snap fold. I don't know. Maybe I do bet turn. I bet you, but he might just call, and then I lose more, and the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. That's the way she goes. We got aces down here though. Versus, oh wait, over here, yeah, versus the not strongest player. So we'll just go slightly bigger. We're not going to go to our normal sizing of 9. He only has a half stack, so I mean that's the worst flop possible for aces, especially from hands that call 3-bet. So now we just have to check. And the fact that he checks back makes me feel better about my hand. I'm just going to bet big now. I can get called by king, queen. I can get called by some random jacks. Odds are he probably had like a smaller pair. And folding this now. Okay, we'll go till 5:15. So it'll be a little bit longer this video. Go till 5:15, and I'm gonna 3-bet this. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, and we'll try to wrap it up by 5:15. I just want to get some better spots in here for you guys. He does call. We flop a king. Hands that call 3-bet that don't re-raise consist of all middle pairs. I mean, you got your odd king queen in there, which has us crushed. And then you got all your middling pairs. So I'm going to bet small enough to get called by a middling pair. Ace king probably just reshoves. So he probably doesn't have ace king. Take that down. Gonna go for an over bet here with queen jack, 2 overs in the open ender. I think we can rep a straight a lot of the time. Like that nails a big blind calling range. So we can just win here. And I think if he's got ace high or king high, we get that to fold, which is currently sitting as a better hand than ours. King queen suited here, we'll be calling a 3-bet. Sometimes you can 4-bet it as well. We saw that coming. But suited, I don't want to 4-bet and have to fold this. Just too nice of a hand. So I'm gonna call. That's a pretty nice flop. Would be a shame if we didn't get to see that, right? We 4-bet and then he just jammed on us. And now he's gonna have us crush some of the time here with ace queen, kings, and aces. Pocket jacks. You know, we do have decent equity against all of that. And then like ace king, like I don't see a point in raising here. I really don't. I think we only get called by better, so I'm just gonna call. Okay, now we have the best hand, I think. Now he'll have ace king too some of the time here with the ace of spades. So a 9 of spades would be the best card that anybody could ask for. So if you check back here, my boy, make sure there's a 9 of spades. Okay, and now a hand like pocket kings may call. Kings with the king of spades may have checked that back. I think we just go for it. He's going to have a lot of kings in his hand. And he may think I'm trying to fold him off with the chop. And like, I don't know. I don't think anything else is really calling anyway, right? Like even 2 pair there, he's probably going to fold. There's a flush out there. There's a 4 straight out there. So I think it's better for us to just target the range of hands that has a king in it. And whatever lower flush draws he could, or flushes he could possibly have, and just try to get paid, because I don't think we're really making anything else there. Like maybe we could go 1/3, you know, but I think just given the fact that he has a lot of kings in his range, that I like that play better. Checking here. Folding king queen off. Go 4-bet. Not good enough to call 4-bet with out of position. And he's gonna have us crushed a lot with hands like ace king and ace queen, and then queens, kings, and aces. And we're like at best up against jacks, which is still a flip, and we're out of position. So the equity's not gonna be great there. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna try to get this in versus Card Rat. I'm happy to gamble against him. I have a decent hand here. If he puts it in, I'm calling. I don't mind flipping with him right here. He does. Start by calling. And that's all. That's all, folks. You just got to flop the nuts. It's very easy. It's very easy. I guarantee you we don't win this hand. He's shoving king queen here for sure, or queen 10. Or king queen. And a 10's going to peel. Ready? Oh, he does have king queen. All right, send it. See, look at his hand. Not a great hand. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not a hand that you want to be 4-betting in out of position by any means. But just give me the money. I'm gonna raise this too. I'm gonna raise this too. We're gonna continue with the heater. We could just call. We could. But I'd rather play a bigger pot versus him in position. And I have the betting lead as well, so not a good flop though, so I'll be checking that. He checks back, and we have the ace of hearts, so there's some representation there. I am going to bet fold here to any raise. We have a straight down here. Gross. And now you can just have it. I mean, I thought the ace of hearts is a good candidate there to start bluffing with, but when he goes all in for like 20 big blinds more and pretty much drawing dead. Call one here with the ace queen. And I think I just shovel this flop now to protect against anything with a king in it and anything with one heart in it. I think it's still going to call anyway, so. Oh, he has 2 pair. Okay. All right, a couple more minutes and we'll wrap it up. Too bad over here. All right, this will be our last Omaha hand. Actually, we'll go to our big blind. Sit out next big blind. 0. Sit out next big blind on all tables. Open sesame. We have blocker to the queen. We have the best queen, so we'll just start with a bet here on the flop. We have backdoor hearts. We have backdoor clubs. And we'll probably just win outright. Okay, closing that table. Ace 8. Deuce 5. Sure, we'll isolate. I want to play a big hand against Card Rat because he's just a call station. He's very action. And I like it. It's fun. It's fun. 8-9 down here versus barrel in. I'm just checking this back. We have nothing happening for us. Nothing. The queen we can rep, I suppose. We'll just bet. We'll throw 1 bet out there because we can't win with 9 high. So we'll do a delayed C bet. We can at least rep the queen. And then we'll just give up if he calls. And like, look, he just min raises here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Definitely calling with an ace high flush draw. And inviting these guys in. Fold. And that's a straight. We lose only to 10-8. And we have a backdoor flush draw. So I mean, these guys can both have 10-8, right? We'll just start with a small bet. They both fold. I'm happy to get an inverse card red. He just calls, which is probably not 10-8. Probably a set or two pair of some sort, or maybe Jack 10 with two pair. God, this would be gross if he had 10-8. All right, we're gonna bet. We're gonna bet here and then fold to a shove if he shoves, and if he calls, we'll probably be checking back most rivers. All right. And that'll be it for that table. That's it for this table. And you're done, and you're done, and you're done. All right, guys, take care. Please like, follow, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.